Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James from Forte, and I got a special guest with me today. Y'all can see the X3m right behind me, and we over here at Costco. You know what I mean? So we figured it would be the best place to do an X3m video. But this is where you're gonna be running your X3m at. It's gonna be at Costco or somewhere like this. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, everyone. So this is my homie, Nice Shine. Y'all may know him as Enthusiast. He has a YouTube channel. I'll be having that pop up on the screen. Y'all can make sure to go hit up his YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, and also follow him on IG. I'll be having that pop up on the screen too. But what Nice Shine, what's good with you, man? How we doing this Sunday afternoon?
Man, so we out here at Costco, like y'all saw in the intro, and it started off as a joke, but no, this is kind of true. This is where this vehicle is a lot of the time, and it's just funny. It's the king of grocery getters in my head. That's what I call it. Come here, pick up $400 or $500 worth of stuff, load it up, hit the express lane, and I'm hauling. So it's a beautiful day. Sunday, finally got out here, finally got to connect with my guy.
Yes, sir.
And actually shoot the car. Yeah, it's always something, or car's dirty, or I gotta go somewhere. Car's still dirty. And I'm just gonna walk closer so you focus on me and not my wheels, but y'all gonna see it eventually. But no, Costco, I'm a Costco fan and member, and actually this is the one I go to. And I just remember like coming here either late in the evening, early in the morning. It's like, yeah, the sky's kind of good out here, lighting's good, and this parking lot clears out as soon as the store is closed. So
yeah, so y'all can see there ain't nobody out here.
So
we out here chilling.
Yeah, we can talk and discuss things with the grocery getter in peace. So a couple of SUV boys just hanging out.
Yes, sir. All right, now, Sean, so what year, model, trim, X3m is this? So everybody will know.
It's a humble spec 2020 X3m non-comp. It has the options I need on it, but it's not a fully loaded model. This was supposed to be a spare car. This is supposed to be a daily to my daily for my race car. So the M4 was gonna be my pride and joy. And I started looking at X1s when they first came out. Couldn't get an allocation. I just needed something with a little bit more space that I can haul a whole bunch of things and I wouldn't really worry about. So I said I get a lightly used X3, and I said, well, I can at least get a M40 if I do that, play around with that. But nah, I didn't want to go that route.
Something in your blood, man.
It's something in my blood if I was gonna do that much. So I started looking down the rabbit hole. I'm like, all right, I'm already at 50, 55 grand. How much is the X3m? I forgot they existed, and they had an S58 and an all-wheel drive. I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. So I started going down that rabbit hole, king of rabbit holes, self-admitted right here. Yeah, and then I was at like 89 grand. I said, oh no, let's step this back. Watched it for a while. To be honest, I watched this particular car for roughly 6 months and it wasn't selling. I couldn't figure out why, but they kept dropping the price, kept dropping the price. It was in California, had 5,000 miles on it. And I finally just got the VIN, called around, had the dealership run the VIN, pull up all the information on, see why it isn't selling. They dropped the price from, it's like high 70s, mid 70s, I think, down to like 59. Oh. So with shipping to the East Coast, I think I was out the door like 64. 5,000 miles, factory warranty. I just paid for my first maintenance service, and the car is flawless. So it's 2020, decent options on it. But yeah, for this just to be a daily, a toy that I had no intentions of tuning or doing anything with, it ended up being like really, really good for me.
Nice, man. And good job on getting the 2020, because you still can tune it without doing the femto unlock. So yeah, he was very strategic on that.
Yeah, I might have lied when I said I had no intentions of doing anything to it, but the 2020, I specifically looked for 2020s because I know myself. I lied. It took me 2 weeks and messing with y'all and Yusuf.
Man, look, man, hold on. Let me get into
story time.
Story time for y'all, man. All right, y'all. So story time real quick. We're gonna focus on me right now. So he may be out of focus because right now we're not studying what he's talking about right now. I ain't have no intentions. So it was me, Nice Shine, and Yusuf. And we were literally playing around. And then I think, was it Yusuf? Yusuf literally talked them into tuning the car in like, what, 10 minutes?
So, I mean, if that's how you're going to tell the story.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes. And then I even remember when he did the trans tune, I was doing a video review on Yusuf's car. And we were talking about XHP and all that. And I was like, bro, you can just go ahead and just do it now. He literally jumped in the car, and we was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "Y'all go ahead. I'm doing a tune, flash tune right now." What tune? Trans tune already. So
no, nope. I did that, right? Because so it started off. You said, just tune it. It's fine. Just tune it. It's a 2020. You don't have to unlock it. It's so easy. It's not going to do anything. S58. It's perfect. Just tune it. All right. 45 minutes later, I bought the license on the way home. Dug in the M4. Found a dongle. All right. Cool. Here we go. BM3 stage 193. Drove around very slow for about 15 minutes. I came to a light. I was like, I'm gonna take off briskly, not a full pedal, briskly. This is my first all-wheel drive car, by the way. My M4 full bolt-on, stage 2. Okay, it's not fast, it's not slow. I took off from this light, about a half pedal, and when that boost hit, I was already shocked. But then when I hit second gear and I got sucked into the seat, I teared up a little bit. Pause. It's Pride Month. I got sucked into the seat a little bit, and I wasn't ready for it. I've never had traction below 60 miles an hour like that, so it blew my mind. Now back to the trans tune, right? I'm tuning, and they're like, "Hey, we gotta get to the other spot." I'm like, "Yeah, y'all just go ahead." And they left all this noise when they left. All this noise. So now the security guard comes out like, hey man, y'all gotta wrap, you gotta go. I'm like, I will gladly leave as soon as I can. I got 8 more minutes until I can start this car. I don't care, you gotta go. I'm like, all right, we gonna be here talking about this because I can't move for another 7 minutes and 45 seconds, my guy. And my car's stock, man. That wasn't even me. Like the car, I can't even turn it on right now. I'm in the middle of something right here. But yeah, so that's how it started. And then downpipes and intake and wheels and brakes and yeah, we're gonna get into that. A lot of stuff happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna, matter of fact, since we own the mods, let's go ahead and start on that next. All right, nice Sean. So we're looking at the X3m right now. So this thing is definitely modded tastefully. So we're gonna go in and talk about what's on the exterior, everything we can see right now. What kind of mods you got on this thing?
So I like to do everything OEM plus. So I started out with all the carbon fiber stuff. So carbon fiber grill surrounds, the front bumper cover, and front lip. I like to say OEM plus stuff, but I also want to find things that are different. So while you can find that lip, good luck. It's not easy. The essentials, carbon fiber side vent covers, fake vent covers, side skirts. Again, they're similar to 3D design side skirts, but slightly different. So again, simple but unique. Carbon fiber mud flaps. That is a pain. So they're custom because I had to make them fit, but they are a universal product that's available if you can find them, and you can attempt to trim carbon fiber to what you want it to fit to. Yeah, I went through 2 sets of those, so front and rear on that. And then that's really it on the outside. I got the roof spoiler, carbon fiber. Those are making their way around now. When I ordered it, it was hard to source them, I'll put it that way. So shout out to Mike at X3m Powerhouse for getting me that. I don't know how he pulled those strings, but just last minute, he was like, I found you one, dude, I'll send it out. And he actually helped me source a lot of this stuff just because the X3m, especially when they first came out, didn't have the aftermarket support like the G80s or even the M2. It took a while for like people to really wrap their heads around modding this beyond the normal downpipe intake tune, right? And like the demographic for this, old people. It's like older guys with a family, they'll keep this or they'll get a Macan, and then when it's time to, after a while, they'll realize it's not big enough for a family. Like if you got 2 kids in car seats, it's not big enough. So they usually move to like an X5, X3m. Macan's a little bit bigger. I think it's a little bit more back seat space. And then they start looking at the X7 or Cayenne. So that's kind of the demographic for these, and that's why you can actually find them for a pretty good deal right now. So nobody really keeps them long enough to go crazy with the mods. So the demand from the market wasn't there. So that's pretty much it on the outside and keeping it tasteful.
All right, so you guys just heard all the exterior mod. Hold on. I just thought about something.
What?
The biggest exterior model in your car, we ain't even just talk about.
What, the wheels?
Yeah, we didn't talk about the wheels at
man.
all. It's the biggest exterior model on the car. I just thought about that. I was like, hold on. These wheels aren't stock.
Hey, what I told y'all about 5 minutes ago? We ain't gonna talk about these wheels, but no, that's probably the best mod for this car. 2019, especially with the F90s, we realized those factory wheels are heavy. BMW and these cast wheels on these M cars is getting ridiculous. This came with the factory 20s. I went from the factory 20s to the Vossens 21s, HF5s, and I think I saved something like 6 to 8 pounds per wheel. I think
That's
6
crazy.
pounds up front, 8 pounds in the rear, going up an inch. And 21 by 11, 21 by 10 up front. And first off, the response. It's both steering and acceleration, instantly noticeable. The turn-in, again, and I went from like the factory Pirellis to Pilot all-season 4s. All-season 4s are great. We'll get into some of the numbers that I did on all seasons, but just that swap of the wheels and fresh tires, I mean, everything was sharper, more crisp, more responsive. They are dirty. I do the motorsport hardware stud conversion kits on all my cars, and it's about time for another one. That one's been on there almost a year. I swap them out every year. Nobody wants stuck, rusted, or snapped studs, so stud responsibly. Well, yeah, that's the wheels. They dirty. They were clean earlier, but you know, BMW brake compound stuff. Even though I have iSweep 2000s, so that's not even an excuse. But y'all get it. Y'all get it.
Now we're gonna go ahead and get into the power stuff. So we're gonna go underneath this hood because his engine bay is
dirty.
It's pretty unique for X3m. You open this, you don't expect to see this on the X3m. You don't expect to see this on a lot of M cars. There's a lot of carbon underneath it, man.
You know what?
A lot of carbon.
That's the sad part, though. You have to do this because nobody really knows what this is. There's 3 of us running around Charlotte now, and 2 of us are usually together at one time. But yeah, when I first got it and I was going to like Cars and Coffee and stuff, everybody's popping their hood. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to show off. But then I had to start popping the hood just so somebody could see an M badge. Like, hold up, is that a B58? I'm like, nah, it's the other one. It's a S58. But it doesn't really get noticed, which is what I like. I like to be subtle. You'll hear me and then see me roll by and not know what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to do tasteful stuff. So I had 2 choices at the time, the Venturi intake or the RK front mounts. And like I said, I wanted to be tasteful. The RK just didn't look great under the hood.
Yeah.
Probably sounds awesome, but it just didn't go with the flow of what I was trying to do. And the Burger Motorsport short intakes were out of stock for like almost a year.
Those things stay out of stock.
Yeah, it's just production. They were still having some issues there. So under the hood, it's not really a whole bunch to look at.
No, he's being modest. He's being modest.
All it is, all right, so I got the Downstar bolts. I have the CR Racing carbon fiber tower bars, carbon fiber strut tower bar, because depending on which year X3m, it came with the magnesium one or aluminum, whatever it's made out of. But they're actually a cheap option from BMW. So order that from BMW. Venturi intake, which comes with the airbox cover. This has 4 air filters for those who aren't familiar with it. You have your 2 inlet hoses. There's a filter right here, and then 2 right here. The air channels in through the center, and then it comes out and goes, well, you ain't gonna be able to see that, but that's turbo 1, turbo 2.
Yeah. So
they come out. It's confusing, but it makes sense, and it actually flows pretty well. So that's why I wanted to stick with the stock design as well. Golden wrench, black line, engine caps, or coolant caps, oil, all that good stuff, and that's really it. The Venturi intake comes with the
you got the scoops.
Yep, the carbon scoops up front. And you can't see the downpipes or the mid pipe, but I have VRSF catless downpipes. And I did catless because that's normally all I do. I don't do mid pipes or anything like that. But I wanted a little bit more sound out of this. And when Active Auto Works was contemplating designing an equal length for this, they were in the forums, we were talking. They said they needed 15 people. So I was one of the first 5 to say, sign me up. Let's get this R&D done. I'll test the product out. And I got that end of last summer, maybe fall, and that too is catless and non-resonated.
It's loud.
It's loud, people. And if you're familiar with like the recent M cars, mufflers, they start to self-destruct. My M4's done it, just about every M4, M3, F8X. The baffles on the inside start to separate after a while. So on top of it being loud, you get a little bit of RAS, low RPM, or on cold start. But high RPM with no restrictions and the equal length, first off, it looks like a piece of art, just the way they curved and designed it. But it sounds so aggressive up top. It's smooth. It's a little bit more pitchy. It's not just deep and rowdy. It's just a unique sound. And I haven't seen another one running that in person yet. As far as performance and numbers, I have no idea what it does. But it definitely shaved a couple of pounds because that stock mix section is heavy. So we're talking about an SUV with a full-size spare with a lot of weight that's already built into it. Shaving pounds here and there may not sound like a useful way to spend your money and time, but certain things like the wheels, cutting 100 pounds off overall, just taking out stuff that you're not going to use or need or carry around with you, that does make a difference in just like drivability.
Yeah. That's unsprung weight, you know what I mean? So unsprung weight, it makes a bigger impact than just chopping off a bumper for weight or something like that. Unsprung weight.
So getting rid of like the cast, the resonators, the weight saved from the wheels, and taking the spare out and a couple other things, I'm guessing I'm closer to 100 pounds, but it does make a difference. It does make a difference. But yeah, that's pretty much it. On the outside, performance. Inside is subtle. Nothing crazy. It's still a grocery getter. It still has to haul stuff. But really, that's it. Everything you see for the most part is factory carbon fiber. Of course, I have the keys, fire extinguisher with mount. The M4 is slowly getting put back to stock, so I took my kith mats out of that, put them in here. And really, that's it on the inside. Front and rear dash cams, radar detector. That's about it. Back, bunch of camera gear.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I still have my my steering wheel trim to put in, but every time I think about putting this in, and the fact that I have to remove the steering wheel, I just keep saying I'm just gonna order a steering wheel. Which, as you can see, hasn't happened. I ordered that a year ago, and it hasn't gone in yet. But I mean, that's the basics of this. I love this car. For the price and the performance that you get, it's an incredible value. I hate to say that. Hopefully y'all start buying more so the value will go up. But these were dipping really low. Like comp models were low 50s, high 40s.
Shoot, I found some like mid to low 40s comps.
Yo, chill out. That's disrespectful.
It had a lot of miles on it though.
And I don't know what a lot of miles on an S58 is, because like these engines are like really reliable. And when I say I'm running E30, I was in Missouri for about 6 months and they had no 93. So I kind of had to run an E30 blend. That's why I told myself to justify it. No issues. But this is the perfect BMW to me. This is the perfect M car to me. Like, it's not gonna be the fastest in the world. Like, I can get down to 9s. I ain't doing 8s with this. Not with all the body panels still on it. If I wanted to go crazy, I can do 9s. Dang, we got more mods to talk about. I forgot about that.
Nah. Well, one thing I wanted to ask you, since we just talked about it briefly, is why did you go non-comp versus comp?
Because this was supposed to be a I don't care purchase. This wasn't supposed to be a fast car. But it was the price. Once they started dropping the price on this, I was like, okay, what's the difference between this and a comp? The tune. Everything else you can option in. Like this has like the poor man seats. It doesn't have like the comp seats, but that's an option you can get in there. You can option the black trim. You can option the wheels. You can option the exhaust and the black
got
tips.
The carbon on it too.
Yeah, and that's standard. So on the inside, the only thing, like the comp is essentially back to just being a package.
Yeah.
Minus the tune.
Yeah.
Like you can option every piece of the comp on these into it, except for the tune. So I just really didn't care. This was supposed to be just something that like, it's not a full-blown brand new purchase and I can toss it around. If something happened to it, if it gets scratched or whatever, I wouldn't cry about it because it's my brand new $100,000 X3. So I wasn't looking for a comp. I was looking for something that I can just load gear into, load lawn equipment into, but then still, if I wanted to go out and play, this just kind of made it an extra bonus. Like I said, I started off looking at an X1 and ended up here.
It's a big difference. Real big difference.
Yeah, messed up. But speaking of like going fast and hauling stuff, another mod that you can't see is the differential reinforcement stuff that I've done. So under there, so that's the one downside to these vehicles, the Achilles heel. So we ain't got to worry about crank hubs in this one so far, but you do have to worry about that rear diff bolt. You will snap that. It don't matter if you're stock horsepower, if you're 1,000 horsepower. It's a lot of weight, a lot of unsprung mass that you're trying to move, and OEM bushings are kind of oval, so that bolt wiggles around in there. So what I did was add some inserts. Shout out to the
truck that just
guy.
Interrupted us.
Yeah. Anyways, so what I did was I did the bushing inserts from Vargas, the one in the rear of the rear differential, the two in the front, transfer case differential, and a JXB drive shaft carrier upgrade support thing. So with that, I get a little bit more noise and vibration on the inside. It's not too much. I don't notice it anymore. But again, stronger bolt, more reinforcement. That power translates to the wheels a lot more effectively, a lot more smoothly, and again, adds to the responsiveness. When I get on the gas, I just go. So I think that's it for mods.
Nice. So what we're gonna do next, it gives you guys some sound clips, so y'all know what this thing sound like, and then we're gonna be in the car, and we're gonna be riding, man. We're gonna show y'all how it rides. I'm giving y'all my impressions. We might do a little bit of hood rat shit that we might do, but yeah,
hood rat things.
Yeah. So let's get it. All right, everyone, so we up in the whip right now, and I know y'all just heard them sound clips, man. This thing sounds crazy. It sounds like a bunch of angry bees. Like, I be thinking like, I had me thinking of like Wu-Tang, when they used to do the Killer Bee sting, you hear all the bees and shit. That's what it reminds me of, man. So, man, like, I know you said you've been enjoying this car for as long as you've had it. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like the other day we was test driving some other stuff, and you know, it was a GLC 63 S AMG. Like,
That's the pinnacle of competition for this, I guess.
yeah.
And I just never seen one in person, so they had it at dealerships. So I wanted to go drive it, so we did that test drive, and yeah, the V8. I love that V8 sound. The performance, I guess, yeah, it's stock. So for a stock car, it was okay. Still felt soft, but something didn't feel right. I've been driving BMW for so long, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah,
it's loud.
I think you spoiled, because you're driving this on an E-Tune, and nothing really stock is going to compare to the feeling you get out of this. And I know you guys are hearing that through the mic, because it's pretty insane what these S58 sound like. And I know, because I had one too. So, but I didn't do the mid pipe. I just did down pipe in a rear section. My mid pipe was still stock. So this definitely gives it a very unique tone.
It's rowdy. Yeah, of course, we can turn all that off. No burbles.
Yeah.
But then,
man, this is what trans tune do you have on this? This is aggressive. Is this stage 3?
Yeah, it's stage 3.
You just ride around on stage 3 ready.
Yeah.
So
I daily the M4 now. That's the crazy part. So and stage 3 ain't that bad. And that's stage 3. In the most aggressive setting. I'm Sport Plus engine, Sport Plus transmission, Sport steering right now. So yeah, it is a little spicy. It's a little aggressive. It's loud. I was gonna go back and add a resonator. Other people were like, "Nah, that sounds crazy. Leave it." I'm like, I'm cool with it. Like on the inside, it doesn't bother me too bad. Just like that 2,000 RPM rasp, which you'll hear once we take off. But other than that, it's not too terrible. This way. But on the outside, yeah, it is loud.
Yeah. One thing too is highlighting the interior of this car. This car reminds me so much of my M5. It's amazing how much M5 stuff is in this car. Like the whole infotainment screen, like the cluster,
The gauge cluster,
screen, steering wheel, shifter, everything, all that is M5. Like they put a lot of M5 stuff in this car, and that helps brings like the prestige of the interior up, because the M5 is supposed to be their premier estate luxury sedan, sports sedan, and they put all that into this. So it just makes it that little bit more nicer.
This, what it took to get to 665 wheel horsepower, it's ridiculous, man. Like downpipe, I had the intake when we dynoed, and that was what, the 4th dyno run we did that I did 665, because we were spinning the first couple of runs.
Yep. And I'll put in some dyno clips right here so you guys can see it in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, we did hit the dyno up and did get some confirmed wheel horsepower numbers.
I needed a daily for my daily. So I got the M4, I got this, got an Audi Q3, and Chevy Equinox.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah. 4 cars, a lot of them.
And a bike.
Yeah. Man, this thing is loud.
Trying to get some room. But that's our exit right there too, so that worked out. Yeah. I'm gonna slow down, do a little pull. Should turn the draggy on for that. So we'll get into the rest of the numbers though. But yeah, dyno 665 on E30, and that's an off-the-shelf tune. That's not a custom tune or anything. And maybe this wasn't the exit.
We're supposed to go back that way.
Oh, we're coming from the north. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's fine. You do a U-turn.
I'll say at least I know where I'm at now.
Yeah.
But yeah, 665 off the shelf BM3 stage 2 E30. On the current wheel and tire setup, 2.7 0 to 60, 10.5 quarter, and that's on the Pilot All Seasons, the AS4s. Great tire. Like I never have traction issues. Not anything to complain about. Like I don't want the world's stickiest tire and have to worry about breaking drive shafts and axles, because that's what people are doing with any more power than what I got right now. Yeah. Drive shafts are going.
Yeah, literally when we went to Keys last year, was it Joe that snapped his drive shaft?
I think Joe snapped it twice.
Yeah, and fixed it right there on the spot though.
And shout out to Joe, because before I go to any racetrack, somehow Joe knows the surface condition of every racetrack on the East Coast. At least we were in Orlando for whatchamacallit?
Invasion, right?
Invasion, yeah. And he was like, "Oh yeah, they got that track event down there. Don't go." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Don't go. That track's sticky as hell. You will break something." I was like, "Noted." I brung spare diff bolts to Florida, but he was like, "You will snap a drive shaft out there. It is super sticky, and you're not gonna run fast." So I wouldn't even waste my time. Shout out to Joe. Joe is like the pioneer. Joe and AJ. AJ has he's got a G87 now, but his X3m was stupid fast. Joe's going back and forth with like the world record right now.
Really, this Jetta just gonna pull out in front of us like that?
That Jetta got it, yo.
He's smoking. She's smoking too.
Yeah. Oh, you hear that? Straight pipe. Oh, let me see something. Camber gang. I got him. But yeah, now shout out to those gentlemen, because they anytime I got some like weird questions, some off the wall stuff, I can ask them. Tony at Vargas as well. Anytime we got some like one-off issues, because they have in-house X3m and they really started diving into supporting that, we can ask Tony.
Nice.
Then again, another shout out to Mike at Extreme Powerhouse. He's in the forums. He's in the in the scene.
Man, he's like in every form. And he's always been nice, active. Me and him have talked a couple times. He's helped me out on some things. All those guys, like they're legit, man.
Yeah,
legit enthusiasts.
And then shout out to you, Yusuf, Greg, and then John, because you were the first with the S58 out the crew. So a lot of trial and error through you. Yusuf has been through too.
Yeah.
And has built, different setups, I guess, but kind of same setups, but a lot of trial and error through him. And then Greg just makes me buy dumb stuff.
Yeah, man. We just keep each other flourishing in parts.
Yeah, that's keep each other broke. That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
But I love this thing.
So we're gonna finish up with like next mod. So I know you said you're on off the shelf. Next natural step would be custom tune.
Yeah.
Just to see where that's at with the stock components, and then.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a humble custom tune, like a E40, E50. Why are you laughing? I said humble.
Humble.
I'm
okay.
just 720 and I'm cool. Like I don't want to break stuff. I don't want to get to that point. And I don't want to like jeopardize my drivability. I was shocked at 665 with, an off the shelf tune. I was like, what? It's crazy. Like my full bolt-on near max effort S55 is like 520.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's just crazy how much power these cars make. And other than that, I might do a rear diffuser on here. I got another car coming soon. As soon as they open up the orders and the build for those, I'll be placing my order for that. So this is gonna go to the daily duties. So then I might actually put some resonators and stuff on here, because this would be unfortunately the outside car, because the wife drives the Audi. And the new car be in the garage. Yeah. Unless I get a new house to go with it, the new garage to go with it.
There you go. You
know. But yeah, I love this. Those are probably the next mods. Nothing crazy. May or may not lower it, but I like being able to do off-road stuff, like SUV stuff in the SUV. So I don't have to worry about like cracking lips. Like I literally have a spare lip for the M4 in the garage.
All right, everyone. So, Mike Shine, appreciate your time today, man.
Always my guy.
Yes, sir, man. And if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Make sure to follow him on IG. And follow me there, too, while you at it, if you're not following.
Yeah, he ain't bad.
Yeah. So that's going to be today's video. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll holler at you later. Peace.
It's a wrap.